Hey Pisces, it's Viv and welcome to your week ahead reading for the 16th to the 22nd of July 2018. I'm using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot by Melanie Marquis, and it's an 8-card spread, so one card for the overall energy for the week and then one card for each day, Monday through Sunday. So the overall energy for the week, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is a very it's a card of practicality, but it's also a card of nurturing, and the Queen to me looks like she's almost nursing this pentacle here, as if it were a baby. It's something that's clearly very important to her, very treasured to her, and because it's pentacles, it could be something to do with her security, it could be something to do with work, it could be something to do with home situation, but definitely feelings of security. But she is a very practical person, although very nurturing, very loving, very deep thinking. She is very in tune with her nature, and there is a feeling of knowing the course of action to take with this card. This pentacle that she's holding on to is something that is very important to her. It's something that's very close to her heart. Yeah. This isn't a great card for kicking off the week. This is the Five of Cups. It's a feeling of despair, of disappointment, dissatisfaction, upset, acute sort of discomfort. There's a fish here. These 3 cups have been knocked over. It's supposed to be wine, although it looks like blood, and so it feels like there's lots of deep hurt and an upset here, and the fish is very definitely out of water and gasping for breath. So something happened because these have been knocked over and this has been spilled. It feels like this happened a while ago. It's not just something that's happened. It's an event that happened a while ago, that there's been lots of deep thinking about and dark thoughts about, but it feels like, although we've been maybe nursing our hurt, maybe we've been longing for things to rectify, for things to start moving forward again, that my feeling is that there is a forward movement here, although it feels sort of automatic. It feels almost robotic, you know, the arms held out by the figure here in this kind of it looks like that kind of thing. It's like a picking yourself up because it feels like the right thing to do, although you don't really feel like it. It's like you know that this is what you need to do, that you have to move forward, that life goes on, that disappointments and upset and things not turning out how we want them to is a part of life, and we do get over it. So that's Monday. That's this feeling. It doesn't feel like this happens on Monday. It feels like there is a revisiting of these feelings, sort of a knowledge that there is something to get over, to move on from on Monday. As we move through Tuesday, it feels very much like this nurturing, practical approach carries on and is put to good use by hard work being done. There's a sense of rebuilding being done here. There's a sense of looking after what's important to us being done here. There's shelter being made. The person is working quite cheerfully, even though it's raining. He's very happy to be looking after what's important to him here, to be creating a shelter for what's important to him here. So we have another dog and a squirrel, as we have on the Queen of Pentacles. So this is like faithfulness and loyalty. Obviously there's wealth here, which is like our physical wealth and comfort, and the squirrel, it's like saving for our future. It's like it's putting the work in to safeguard our future and to protect ourselves from other rainy days, from other times where we're going to feel upset and disappointed. We are taking practical steps towards building something as we move through the week to create a real sense of security for us, to protect ourselves. As we move through the week on Wednesday, there is a cold sense of determination here. The King of Swords is a very unemotional card. It's the card of truth. It's a card of being in control. It's a card of strength. And this is a very masculine strength. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles, she is strong in her nurturing and determined, in her nurturing and practical nature. But the King of Swords here is very strong and very in control. So my feeling is that after this situation, which has been painful, and the rebuilding that's happening, that there is a very strong determination to continue with that, to carry on forward in a practical way. But there's nothing that's going to stop you. There is nothing that's going to get in your way. That you are determined to carry on, and as I say, nothing's going to stop you. But I think as you move through the week, you realise that it's not all about being serious. That there's time in life as well for fun and frivolity. I think you realise the value of the people who are most important to you around you, your friends, your family, the people that you have the closest connections to, that they are well aware of what happened here, but they love you and they are here to support you. And there's a sense of like throwing yourself back into it, throwing yourself back into life, and getting on with the game. And sometimes it's going to rain and we get wet, and other times the sun comes out and we can really enjoy that sense of confidence and feeling that things are headed in our direction. But this is a moment to really celebrate who you are, and have a good time with your friends and family and those around you, because they love you and they're here to support you. There's lots of healing that comes from that. This is the Empress, who's maybe a mother figure. It could also indicate your own sense of wisdom. But there is, after all of this deep thinking energy that surrounds this week, there's lots of healing that comes from that, and the Empress represents healing for me in this situation. That there is an end in sight, that you do know life goes on, and there is getting over stuff, and that new life comes, that new opportunities are coming, and that it's possible for things to develop and work out in the way that you want them to. There's with new opportunities. With the Magician here, this is telling me that the time for sitting and thinking about stuff, you know, that you are realizing that that now is the time for action. There's healing here. There's determination here. There's practicality here and hard work here. You know, that the time for this deep thinking about this disappointment is over. You can take what it is that you've learned from this experience and use it to your advantage to move on in your life and create what it is that you want to create, to move towards what you want to move towards. The Magician, he's a manifester, but he's got the benefit of lots of wisdom. He's got the benefit of being able to call on physical resources, but also the magical resources that there are available to him in the universe, you know, those unseen forces that are at our backs, that fill the wind in our sails invisibly and propel us forward. This card is telling me that with the healing and the getting over that you've been doing this week, that you are now ready to move on and into a new phase of your life. And the King of Wands we have to end on the week tells me that you are ready to take action. You feel in control. You feel recovered. It's not you know, it's not gone and forgotten, but I think the hurt and the disappointment has lessened to such a degree that you've recovered enough to be able to move on successfully with purpose and with drive and with focus and determination. The King of Wands here is a man of action. He's very accomplished, but he's also a deeply wise man. He's made the throne that he sat on out of you know, this great oak tree of wisdom here, and he's resting on that. He's sitting very proudly on that, knowing that he's connected well and truly and very deeply with knowing what's right for him. So there we go, Pisces. Those are your messages for this week. I hope you found them useful and that they resonated with you. I'll be back next time with another reading. Until then, take care.